the fabulous, outstanding class of 2016. A pleasant good morning to all of you. A pleasant good morning to all of you. You know, they say that the best way to predict the future is to create that future. And all of you have a unique opportunity to do just that. And prior to me getting into the remarks that I have today, I just want to pay such a special debt of gratitude to the faculty that has worked with you tirelessly and that has assisted you and motivated you and provide all the incentives you need so that you could come forward and be here, sitting here today in a position to graduate. And so I say to the faculty, we applaud you, we thank you, and we're grateful to you. And you know, it's interesting because Dr. Susan Stites-Doe, I must say this, was a professor of mine some years ago. And I recall being in her class, and I also recall her writing on a paper of mine, "You're a real go-getter, and I'm a true fan." Now, I say that because sometimes when we go through and we have our classes and we're struggling and we're overcoming so much, we need a kind word. We need a motivational word. We need an incentive from someone who cares about us, who believes as we believe in ourselves that we can do great things in our lives. And I remember that so many years ago. I'm thankful for that, as I'm thankful for the faculty and all the work they've done to bring you to this point. Thank you, faculty at Brockport, so much. And certainly let's not forget the administration here who works tirelessly at organization, at development, and doing so many wonderful things for this college. And not lost upon me, as I'm sure is not lost upon this graduating class, are the wonderful family who sit there and have supported you, and the friends that have supported you, and the loved ones that supported you, and have cared about you so very much, and it brings them to tears to see the accomplishment that you've had today. So thank you, family and friends, for all you've done and all you continue to do. Let's get back to that future that each and every one of you is going to create. Because all of you today are staring that future in the face. And there are endless possibilities that await you. And those possibilities are going to depend upon you. And so when we talk about predictions, forget about the predictions, let's talk about the creation. And what we're going to do moving forward to do great things, and what you're going to do great things in your lives. You know, the fact is that of course there's no magic formula for success. I don't profess that to be the case. But there is a formula, and I call it the 10P philosophy. And the fact of the matter is, we know that there's no guarantees in life, of course. But I can guarantee you this: if you're not in the race, you're not going to win. And so everybody today is in that race because of the work you've done and the position you put yourself in. And that means so very much. The struggles you've overcome to be here. Everything, the adversity, all the things that you've done to bring you to this wonderful point in time in your life. God bless you. And so as we look to 10 P's in the philosophy, I start out with number one, and that's performance. You know, all of us every day are given such a wonderful opportunity. And if we ever question that every day is not a great day, I guess we should try missing one. The fact is that we have every day to be our best, to do our best, and to perform at our best. And no one ever will fault you for trying as hard as you can, even if you might come up short, and even if you might fail. And so number one, in terms of moving forward, graduating class, is just to perform at the highest level that you possibly can on any given day. And if you do that, I could assure you that you'll be off to the races in that race, and certainly so much closer to finishing it. And so we look to step two in my philosophy, and that step two is possibility. There are so many possibilities as you sit here today that await you. And you put yourself in that position. Why? Because you've worked hard, you've studied hard, and you've seen what you can do. And all that work and all that study has allowed you here today. But it's because you've seen the possibilities. And the fact is we could say that things are impossible, but we have an obligation to work hard to change the impossible to the probable, to move from the probable to the likely, and yes, to make that which is likely that which becomes our reality. And so that's the challenge in seeing the possibilities and carrying out the possibilities. And then we look to number 3. And number 3, in the 10P philosophy, it's all about your passion, and it's about your purpose. Every one of us here has some type of pilot light, something that moves us to wake up in the morning, something that moves us to achievement. And I would suggest to you that you continue to follow whatever passion that is once you identify it, the pilot light. And I know that there's an identification in all of you. There's a passion in all of you. It's about unleashing that passion. It's about living that passion. It's about pursuing your dreams and creating opportunities. And the fact of the matter is, why work for a living when you could pursue your passion, do something you love? And if you're working every day at what you love, it isn't work at all. And so that is our challenge, to tap into that passion, to move forward with that passion, and to stay true to it. And so we look to item number 4, which is patience. You know, all of you are here today as graduates. It didn't take you a day to get here. It didn't take you a week, not a month, not a year. It took a number of years when you came in here in order to get that degree, which is being conferred upon you today, to reach that level. And so it took some patience to get there. And remember, in that patience, remember your struggle. I'm sure many of you had sleepless nights. I'm sure many of you stayed up preparing papers. I'm sure many of you didn't do as well as you could have done or should have done on a particular exam or presentation. But you're here today, aren't you? And you're here today because you persisted. You had patience, but you understood that life was a process. And in that process and in that struggle, it brought you here. And it's okay to be patient, and it's okay to understand that life is about increments. We're not going to get there perhaps immediately, but if we give ourselves a chance and we keep working and we overcome the struggles and the obstacles we face, we will get here. Because you know what? I'm looking at you right now, and it's a heck of an accomplishment that all of you have made. And now we look at item 5, which is preparation, planning, and practice. You know, it is said that success comes when preparation meets with opportunity, and that's true. The fact is that we have to prepare. Why? Because when we do prepare, we're ready. And when we're ready because we practice, when we're ready because we've planned, when an opportunity comes, we're in a fabulous position to capitalize on that opportunity. And so in preparing for your life and planning for your life, remember, what's your day's plan? What's your week's plan? What's your month's plan? What's your year's plan? What is your life's plan? Because the fact is that when we are prepared and an opportunity presents itself, we are fully able and capable and ready to tackle that opportunity, to prevail on that opportunity, and to do great things based upon that opportunity. So continue to prepare, continue to practice, and continue to plan so that you can succeed. And you will succeed. And that brings me to number 6, which is persistence. You know, the fact is that it takes time, as we talked before, about getting to where you want to go. And it takes persistence to get to where you want to go. And you've all heard from when you were toddlers, from when you were infants, children, middle school, grammar school, high school. You hear it now, and I'll remind you today. If at first you don't succeed, what do? Absolutely. You try again. The fact is that the measure of who we are, you know, it's a long life and it's a great life. But the fact is that, you know, Every day we don't get what we want. Every week we don't get what we want. Every month we may not get what we want. But we're not measured by the fact that we might trip. We're not measured by the fact that we might fall. We're measured by the fact that we have the ability to get up and to keep moving. That's the measure of a person. And so the fact is that when you do encounter obstacles, when you do trip, when you do fall, you get up and you keep moving because you're persistent, because you're Brockport graduates, and because you're prepared to do great things in your lives. So that leads me to number 7, which is panic. You know, the fact is that, okay, we may have a hiccup in our lives. There may be something that occurs for, you know, the fact is we didn't get the job we wanted to get. So we stay ready and we get the next one. We didn't get the promotion that we deserved. So we stay ready and we get the next one. The business that we dreamt about, that we put together, didn't do as well as we wanted it to do. So we stay ready for the next. We don't panic. You see, because when life presents its problems, and by the way, one of the wonderful things about problems, how can I say something is wonderful about a problem? Because the great thing is it allows us the opportunity to create a solution. And what a great opportunity that is. But we can only create that opportunity if we stay focused, if we don't panic, and we understand that we got this. You know, when you're in water, you tread that water because you're taking smooth strokes. And you're able to get to the other side of the pool because you're taking smooth strokes. And so this too, whatever issue we may confront, you've heard this before, this too shall pass. And so don't panic, don't get frustrated, just continue to do all the things you've done. If all of you think right now to yourselves and this wonderful accomplishment that brought you to today, and you think about something that happened while you were at Brockport, whether it be a class, an assignment, an extracurricular activity, it brought panic to you. Again, I remind you, where are you sitting today? You made it, right? You did it, did you not? You found the solution to the problem. Is that accurate? And that's why you're sitting here, because you remain calm, you remain poised. And now, you're graduates of the class of 2016. So I get to number 8, which is the past. You know, you've heard before that yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and so we live for today. And the fact is that a bad morning doesn't make a bad afternoon. A bad afternoon doesn't make a bad evening, and a bad evening absolutely does not make a bad night. And so what's the point? We let it go. We're not judged upon what we did yesterday, what happened to us yesterday, or miscoming that occurred yesterday, or the greatness that we had of yesterday. We got to keep working today. And to those of you who had great things happen in the past, keep working and let them continue, but focus on the here and now. And those of you who things of the past occurred, let them go and look to greatness in the future, because that's what it's all about. The fact is that each and every one of you, if you focus on the here and now, if you stay committed and stay true to your talents, your beliefs, and you keep working every day, and you let yesterday go, tomorrow is brighter and brighter. And so I look at number 9, which is positivity. The fact is that all of you stay positive, stay focused, and just continue to believe. You know, you ever see someone who's yawning? And when that yawn occurs, it's like contagious, right? You start yawning yourself. Well, when you talk about positive energy, it's very similar. Because when you exhibit that positive energy, other people get that positive energy too. And so no matter what occurs, you're going to stay positive. No matter what occurs, you're going to stay focused. No matter what occurs, you're going to continue to believe. No matter what occurs, you're going to stay in the race, you're going to finish the race, and you're going to win that race. And that's why you're here, because you won the race. That's why you're here, because you succeeded in everything that you did. And you stayed focused, you stayed true, you stayed positive, and today we honor you. That's positive energy. And so finally, my last message in the 10P philosophy is to pay it forward. You know, all of us, I think, have an obligation to each other. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. Mentor someone. Work with someone. Share with someone. Engage in a random act of kindness with someone. Allow someone to be the beneficiary of what you do, of your skills, of your abilities. Karma is a great thing. But you don't do it simply because of karma, you do it because it's right. And if we pay it forward, it's a better society. One person doesn't have to fail so another can succeed. We're a world that needs a lot of help, a community that needs a lot of help, a society that needs a lot of help. Unless all of us are focusing on all cylinders, we can't reach the true potential of who we are and what we're about. And so I say, pay it forward, be kind to others, and recognize that we have an obligation and a responsibility to lift someone else up when we get to where we need to go. And so in concluding my 10 Ps, I will tell you this. I am confident that all of you will pull it off if you pay it forward, you stay patient, you are persistent, that you practice, that you plan. And if you do that, there's no question, class of 2016, that it will be our privilege, the world's privilege, to accommodate you, to work with you, and to enjoy all the successes that are yet to come your way in your life. Congratulations, class of 2016. God bless.